Hi, today I want to make an improvement to the clutch pedal because changing gear is getting a little bit stiffer, and if we look down at the clutch pedal, look from the side, we can see that there's quite a lot of free play in there, and that's because the small bolt that goes through the end of the pedal that connects to the clutch master cylinder, I think it's got a bit worn. It's not a lubricated part, and probably the hole has opened up a bit, so let's see what we can do to improve that. There's another video of mine, by the way, on improving the clutch slave cylinder mounting bracket, which is that bracket in the middle of the picture there. So I've basically strengthened that and made sure that the slave cylinder is mounted very securely. See the other video for the details on that. That certainly improves the clutch feel quite a lot. So if we look at the end of the clutch pedal, you can see where all that free movement is coming in. It's in the connection between the rod that goes to the master cylinder and the actual clutch pedal itself. So we need to take that little sort of bolt out to disconnect the two. We might have to remove the pedal, and we'll see what we can do to remove that play. So that's the little bolt removed. To get that off, you have to pull out a little pin that goes through the end of it. So just grab that with a pair of pliers on the end, pull it straight off. Might need to wiggle it a bit. And I decided the best way to get to the rest of the pedal was to remove the one bolt. This is a 12mm bolt that goes in the top, and there's two of these 13mm nuts. So you need a wrench socket arrangement with an extension on it, something like that, with either 13 or 12mm sockets, and the whole mechanism then just comes off because it's detached from the clutch master cylinder. And here you can see the hole has become quite elongated on the right hand edge there, such that when the bolt goes through it, quite a lot of movement slack on the bolt, which is given a bit too much play on the clutch pedal, and meaning that you can't press it down so far and you can't disengage the clutch far enough to make gear changing easy. So I think what I might do is actually drill another hole next to this hole, a little bit further along, being further away from its axis gives a little bit more leverage on the clutch as well. Might make it a fraction, 20% heavier or something, but it's not a heavy clutch anyhow, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And I think there might be just enough room to have the pin going through something like about that location. Most of the pressure is on this side of the pedal, so a very thin piece of metal on the underneath here shouldn't really matter too much. So you just got to measure the diameter of that and drill a hole with a drill and drill bit. So there is the new hole that I've drilled with an 8mm cobalt drill bit in an all electric drill. And so it's not very much further over. So this, imagine, is the clutch master cylinder lever, and there's not much angle difference between the original and that, and the system's more than able to cope with that. And you see now that little bolt is a very nice tight fit in the lever, doesn't waggle around all over the place, and if anything it's moved a little bit closer to the lever of the master cylinder. So hopefully that's about the right position. I've left the other hole as it is because the pin's not going to go anywhere. If you want to, I suppose you could put some metal filler in it or weld it up, but I think that'll be good enough for now. Alright, and there it is refitted in the new hole, and now you see there's much less play on the pedal than what there was, and none of the play is due to the movement between the actual pedal lever and the shaft that goes to the master cylinder. It's just mainly a little bit of play inside the master cylinder itself, which should be reduced because I think we've reduced the distance from the lever to the actual cylinder. So make sure the two nuts and the bolt done up tight. It's possible that they could loosen off. Also oiled the shaft so it moves easily over the rubber seal, and put grease on the little bolt thing that goes through the end of the master cylinder lever. So that should make clutch operation a lot better with a lot more movement on it, and that should make gear changing a bit easier. So we'll now try it out. And indeed that does make gear changing a delight compared to what it was before. Goes in very smoothly, and the engagement point of the clutch, if we can see maps where that is, we get down here. So if I put it into gear, and then the engagement point where the car starts to move off is quite a few inches off the bottom of the floor, which is about there, which then allows for about another 2 or 3 inches worth of movement with the foot going down further to fully disengage the clutch to make the gear changing easier. So that's how to improve your clutch yet again on this MG ZS, and it applies to probably all of the MG cars, at least the 45s, maybe others. Probably also applies to the Freelander 1 because that has some similar clutch issues to do with the weak slave cylinder mounting plate, and probably over time all cars tend to have a bit of wear in their clutch pedal with what we've seen, the hole opening up. So hopefully that will help somebody, and if you have a go at it, good luck with yours, and thanks for watching. Bye.